Sure, no worries.
Yeah, Shamrik, you can go on.
Yeah, okay. So to start with, like the topic today, as we know, is regarding the COVID vaccine and whether we're rushing over it. So the thing is, it's a very debatable question. Like, situation is demands a vaccine, but is it right to go for the vaccine the way that we are actually approaching? So to start with, I would like to say something like, according to the CDC, every vaccine should go through three stages: phase one, phase two, phase three. So all these phases actually ensure that it is safe and sound to be distributed in the public and without any adverse side effects, right? So these are needed. And as we know, there's an old saying that goes, right? Measure twice, cut only once. So that is something that we should follow and that we have to follow, especially when it comes to health issues. So I would like to go for everybody else's opinions and listen to what others have to say. So for me, I think that we should go through all the points before coming to a conclusion. So yes, please.
Right? We definitely will open up the discussion later on. Pratik, yeah, go on.
Yeah, so to put my opinion on this, I don't think that right now that COVID vaccine race has been kind of won by Russia, as the news are claiming, because as if people would have attended a session with Dr. Kiran Majumdar Shaw, she clearly stated that the it will right now that the first phase of trial may begin with, but it would take around a year to actually get a viable vaccine, because there are other mutated strains that need to be taken care of. There are certain cases which have symptoms and which don't. So we have to make sure that right now I don't think so. COVID vaccine currently will. Within few months we will see any major update on it. Whereas countries racing towards the vaccine, yeah, there have been alliances forming, like for example, Donald Trump had recently said that he is willing to work with China to get to the core of this. And this is the man who has been for China for his whole electoral campaign, but now he's ready to kind of partner with China to get rid of it. There are other institutions like Oxford is currently I mean, is in a joint venture with a Serum Institute from Pune. So to get for an upper hand on vaccine, there are also India is also asking Russia for certain points to cover for the phase one and phase two of the trials. So yeah, there is a current rush who will get to the vaccine, and how can and will it be like affordable for third world countries and other things too. So we have to keep in mind for that. That's what
Right,
I.
thank you, Pratik. Abhishek, you can go ahead. And please,
Hello.
yeah, please start your video if you can. Yeah,
Hello. Am I audible?
yeah, go on.
Yeah. So regarding our countries racing to produce the COVID vaccine topic, I believe every country in the world with whatever resources, the limited resources they are having right now, is trying to find a vaccine, because this has become the primary problem of the whole world. The world has never witnessed such a problem. The whole place went into lockdown. Everything uh, has to be in a standstill. So there can be, 2-3 motives. Like, one, of course, is for the greater good of the humanity, and the other might be for a national proud. See, our country, discovered the vaccine for the humanity. It's kind of a pride some people might be having a motive, and some other people, if a pharmacy it invents this vaccine, the government, if they're incompetent, can take credit on the basis of that. Whatever the motive may be, I hope everybody's motive should be at least for the good of the humankind. And if such a thing actually contributes to have a healthy competition, it's also good. So now the good thing is that more than 18 or 19 pharmacies, or what to say, virology institutes are having their test. And the problem that I have to stress here is, in this race, obvious reason becomes to come first, because as in Three Idiots, so no one remembers who came second. So if you're compromising the other things just to become first, it has a very big side effects. Like we have to go through three phases, first on a small population, the second phase, and then on a large population like 10,000 people. It needs to get verified, because almost all the vaccines whichever we use, maybe having a side effect, but the side effect would be lower. But some side effects are, in long term. The signs of the side effect would not be found in us on the early stage, like 1 month, or at the initial stage of vaccination, etc. It might take like 3 or 4 years. After, say, like 5 years, if you are getting a serious trouble, such a thing is also possible. So lot of sites have to be studied before approving the vaccine. So I think it can never be compromised. Everybody needs this vaccine as fast as possible. I agree that. But if we compromise this, usual phase or the trial process just to become the first nation to make a vaccine, then I think it will lead to a bigger disaster. And I think there are many examples of such disaster. I don't remember. One I remember is in Japan, in Kyoto, there were like more than 60 children. Especially the side effect would be prevalent in the children, infants, and if women they are carrying, their child might also get infected. So I think everyone needs to have a healthy competition, and that could make one, at least all the people are trying. We just need one to be correct. That needs to be given to the whole world. But no one should compromise on the safety stages. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Abhishek. Moving on, Shyam, and then Shashikar.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So there are around 150 companies that are producing the various coronavirus vaccines around the world currently, but only fewer than 10 have reached the third stage, that is the final stage for testing. So why this rush? Obviously, there are many reasons like the political and the economic advantages. So whether it is Russia, USA, China, UK, or India, and even countries have placed orders for vaccine. So what about the poor countries who can't buy the vaccines for their huge population? So also I read in the news today, like there are many allegations against the Russian President Putin that he has not done well in the coronavirus vaccine because of his the personal advantages and political advantages. And also the topmost scientist of the Russian Institute resigned today because of this process and the risk of backfiring in case of any like failure of the vaccine. So like I have few questions, like is it really possible to conduct all the 3-stage trials in just 2 months? And I think the rushing is okay, but what about the backfire that we may face in the future because of that vaccine? So I think this all is like beyond stupid for me to rush for a vaccine.
Is that all,
Thank you.
Shyam? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Shashikaran, you can go ahead.
Hi guys. So the topic which we are discussing about today is whether countries are rushing to the first production of the vaccine. So I think indeed all the countries are rushing towards coming to this finding this vaccine which is going to end the worldwide pandemic. So it is a big deal, indeed a very big thing for any country which comes up to this. And I think to some level this competition which is being caused by this the rush or race between this country is kind of good, because at the end of the day competition going to cause better results and better quality among the countries. But we need to understand why exactly are these countries are rushing first to get to this position. It's mainly because of the economic advantages they are going to get after trading them off to trading them off and selling them off to other countries, and they're going to make huge profits on these. So the downfall of this particular thing is because when the main goal is going to be just money, the poor countries which don't have the resources to acquire the vaccines, they are going to suffer. They are indeed going to suffer. um, uh, the poor countries, like for example Brazil, which is also like, which isn't really lower, which comes in the lower end of the developing countries bracket, they don't really have resources in order to buy all the vaccines for their infected people. So what countries should ideally do is they should pool in all their resources together. And like I think it was Abhishek who told it should be for the greater good of humanity. And indeed, that's how everyone, even the people who are poor, people who are actually suffering in these kind of countries, are going to benefit from this. Else it's not going to be you know um economic advantage shouldn't be the only thing. It should be more for the greater good of everybody. So that's my point. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Shashikaran. I can see that nobody has raised their hands right now. So, Prateek, I know you have raised your hand, but you have already spoken, so you can get a chance again when the discussion opens. I've been listening to all of you. Say, just give me a minute here. But I've been listening to all of you, and what I feel is that definitely countries are, racing towards the first place. But then there are two sides to this story. The first one being that obviously there's a political motive for countries to come first. Like this pandemic which we are going through is a global pandemic. First of all, everybody knows this, everybody acknowledges this. And now that we are going through this pandemic, or we have already, the major chunk is over, and now that everybody has settled down a bit, the country who comes first in making a vaccine or in producing some kind of medicine for this will definitely have a huge political advantage, not only in its own country, like the leader who does this in his own country, but at the world stage also, in places like UN or in forums like those. So there's definitely a political advantage to this story, but then there's also a economic advantage to it. Now, for example, Russia has come out with its vaccine, or so it says so. But then, when Russia has come out with it, everybody wants the vaccine for their own, country or their own citizens. So then Russia gains. And some people can say that, oh, but Russia doesn't have the manufacturing capabilities, or it doesn't have the manufacturing standards to produce that. Uh, I definitely agree with that. So let's say India manufactures the vaccine, but Russia, or the country which produces the original vaccine, it can always put like a license deal or something like that, so that the original country gains from its own vaccine. So that's the economical advantage it will get. And so because of these two reasons, I feel that countries are definitely rushing. As Abhishek and Shashi mentioned, that it is for the greater good, it definitely is. Now that we are going through this pandemic, and everybody wants the vaccine, it's definitely for the greater good of humans. But uh, let me end by saying that uh, the pandemic is mostly over in terms of the logistics, and in terms of people being scared and now recovering from that scare and fear and nervousness. So now the pandemic is more of an economical issue, that job shouldn't be lost and economies of the whole country shouldn't disappear and fall out. And it has become a more of a political agenda, especially with the US elections around. So I will end by saying that somebody had raised their hand, but now it's down again. So can I conclude that nobody wants to speak and open up the discussion? Um, I'll give you 10 seconds. Those who want to raise their hand, and those who have not spoken, if they want to, you can. Else, I will open the discussion. Sahaj left. Pratik has just DM me that Sahaj left. So, anyways, let's open the discussion for all. You can now unmute yourself, and yeah, let's open the discussion. Shomrik, you wanted to listen to everyone and then say
Yeah,
your
right.
points.
Yeah. So
So,
what I wanted to say is everybody was talking about the advantage. You also beautifully talked about the advantage. So I listened to all of that. But aren't we missing something important here? Like in India also, the lot of companies who are coming up with the vaccines have already urged the health department to give them the lease to work apart from not only say phase 1 and 2 and skip phase 3. Even a lot of companies in the USA are also doing that. Like they're skipping phase 3, and after just phase 1 and 2, they're moving on to the production of the vaccines, right? After and starting the human trials without even trying it on the animals. So that's one thing they wanted to say. Like, is it the right thing to do? Because okay, the first thing is COVID-19 mortality rate is around 3.4% only around the world, and that means that the mortality rate is very low. It varies about 1 or 2 percentage, give or take. But see, even for Ebola, the mortality rate is around 50%, right? But the infection rate is the infection spreading rate is low. So we got time to work on the vaccine. Yes, I know. COVID-19 is spreading very fast, and we're not getting time to work on the vaccine, and we need to come up with something fast. Yes, I understand that. But since the mortality rate is not that high, so isn't it better to go through all the phases before getting the vaccine? Because see, people are telling that see AIDA, the AI, sorry, in AIDIA, yeah, AIDIA, no, yeah, AIDIA, they're saying in USA that it is better to have side effects in the persons we are testing with because that is very few compared to the infection spreading. But is that the right way to look at it? Okay, so that's one question that I want to ask. And another thing is, like, there we don't know the COVID-19 the coronavirus is mutating very fast, right? So are we sure that the vaccines that we are producing right now is going to be fit for use even after a month or two, and the coronavirus is not going to mutate more? See, this is why research is needed. When we complete all the phases and we understand everything, then we can prepare ourselves for the next mutations too. But just producing the vaccines just for the sake of producing it fast and thinking about the economy, as someone mentioned, and then going forward with that itself, I think there is something missing here. Definitely, we need a vaccine and we need it fast. But that does not mean that we can skip steps. Okay, so that's all from my side. Yeah.
uh, does anybody want to counter or anything? Or should I?
No, I actually support Somrik's points because, as he said about that we are at this point of stage, we cannot rush into a vaccine. As it said, it will take time. There are it's only initial phases, and as he pointed out that many of the panelists pointed out that uh, yeah, countries are looking for an economical or political advantage, but that's not the point at this juncture because as it has a higher infectious rate, but still people are finding out ways to work around it. For example, like our own institute is kind of conducting our classes and CCS activities around it. So I think that uh, COVID can also be look like an opportunity for at this point, uh, and for other industries like digital who are trying to get into it, and for now as per vaccine is concerned, we should actually take our time, make sure that every mutated strain or every case, like the geological factor is also affecting it is properly covered, because when vaccine comes into the market and people would be bidding to get a lease on it, we have to make sure that it will be actually effective. Otherwise, like I think so in earlier stages, China tried to get some facts about countering COVID virus and everything, but it got wrapped from international health agencies that this might not be working. So let's not rush into it.
To counter both of your arguments, mostly Sohomrex, first of all, I would like to tell you about the mutation aspect of the vaccine. So, what is happening right now is that there are two kinds of vaccines. The first one is the traditional one, where you introduce the actual inactivated form or the some reduced form of the actual virus into your body, and then your body makes the antibodies against it, and that's basically the traditional way of doing the virus the vaccine. But what is happening now is, one, because of the time constraint, and two, because of the advancements in technology, is that now we are making an RNA vaccine. So what happens is, you don't actually introduce the coronavirus strain into your body, and your body doesn't make antibodies against the actual strain. What happens is, you kind of code, if you want to, your RNA sequence of the COVID-19 vaccine onto some protein or some, I don't know the technical specifications of it, but you code that RNA onto some protein or some carbohydrate or something, give it through water or some, saturated liquid, and then your body makes antibodies against that RNA string. So that RNA string will never change of the COVID-19 vaccine, regardless of if it has mutated or not mutated. So that's one first. So that's countering to the vaccine being not effective against different types of strains. It will be effective against all strains if everything goes to plan. So that's one. Secondly, both of you said that there's no rush to make the vaccine. And what I would like to say is, there is a rush to make the vaccine. One, because COVID-19 is a much more, spreadful disease. I don't know the right word for it, but uh, more people contract COVID-19 rather than other diseases for which we have a vaccine. I'll take the example of TB. TB is a much more deadlier disease than COVID-19 is, because you can see the rates on the internet and everything. But in short, it's a much more deadly disease than COVID-19 is. Still, we can work on the TB vaccine because TB is not that much contagious. It doesn't spread so fast. When you first cough, you don't think, oh, I have TB. Nobody goes and says that, you know. But there's a kind of fear, there's a kind of nervousness, there's a kind of suspense around COVID-19, because nobody knows what it really is. And so that's number one. Number two, I would feel that again it's contagious and all that, but basically, because there's such a fear and hatred around COVID-19, that's why the vaccine needs to come fast, just so that people can go to their normal lives and all that. Because see, just imagine the situation where you have the COVID-19 vaccine, and then suddenly everything goes back to normal. No more Zoom classes, no more nothing. Basically, you're back to your normal life. So I think that's why there's a need for a speedy, COVID-19 vaccine, and that's just my counter to your 2 points.
Yeah, I would like to add one more point to that, to what Sohomrik said, that the mortality rate is very low. Yes, I agree the fact that mortality rate is very low. Like for Nipah virus, it is 85%. But again, the Nipah virus do not spread when in the asymptotic stage. Only spreads when the patient itself is symptomatic. And but the problem with this is we have even now not completely understood the behavior of this virus. Now, recently I read in news that the people after recovering has long-term impact on their lungs. And another problem is it affects the people with comorbidities. It may lead to their death. And another major factor which I would like to tell is that now the world is, not such a very good place for everyone. There are third world countries. There are poverty is on a very high scale. There is an site called Worldometer, in which now you can see the number of COVID cases in the world. And the same site, you can also see the number of people dying due to poverty. Another big problem of this COVID disease is that lot of people who used to do such domestic work have become unemployed. And some data also says that like millions of people like in East Asia, Middle East and or such, in Latin America, poor countries are going to face unemployment, malnourishment, etc. So apart from the, mortality rate, economically also this kind of a disaster would lead to a much bigger cost, like what we had during the Great Depression. Usually after a pandemic, what follows is a famine. So this lockdown and this
Okay, Abhishek, like
stagnation. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
So
please.
yeah, so due to that reason also, we need a vaccine fast. I also agree that the whole trial needs to be completed. My point only was that just because of this mortality rate, we cannot say that we can take time for the vaccine, because there are other factors as well.
I want to give it a
Okay.
different
So
angle.
I would like to
Like
add something to that. Yeah, Sham.
Shamrik, I think we can listen to Sham first. He has not spoken much in
Yeah,
this.
sure. Sure,
Yeah,
definitely.
Sham.
so, I want to give it a different angle. Suppose let's if Russia comes tomorrow and give you vaccine for free, would you take it? For me, it would be a last option to take a COVID-19 vaccine. So I want your views. Like, what do you think about it?
If it has passed all the clinical stages, then of course, and my opinion is that whoever invents the vaccine should not be patented and given it for free to the whole world. Like I would like to add a point here. The Chinese government and their President Xi Jinping said that once if China is the country to invent the vaccine, we will give it to almost like free for the whole world. And in United States also, I don't know what is the stand of Donald Trump, but the uh, earlier candidate who lost to the post, Bernie Sanders, said that what the vaccine is developed with the money we are giving for research. The money for the research purpose is given by us. So the vaccine should be free. So many leaders are also coming with that view. And Bill Gates, I think, have like donated a lot of money so that it reaches the whole world. And the peculiarity of this disease is that only one needs to be affected so that it affects the whole people. So it's not like only I get the vaccine, like many people, just everyone needs to get vaccinated.
Okay, I
Otherwise,
understand your concern, Abhishek. Like, I understand your concern, definitely. Like, you're totally right that all the companies are investing and the situation is slowly going out of hand. But let me just ask you one question, then I'll continue with the forward words, what I have to say. Like, I have something to say to what Karthik said as well. Like, I totally agree to all of your points. But let me tell you something. Like, giving you any vaccine, will you accept it? Like, as you asked, like, if we give you just any vaccine, prepare it and give it to you, are you going to accept it or not? Yes or no?
if it has completed all
Yes
the
or no?
clinical and physical trials, only then I will accept it. No,
Exactly.
I just
If
said
it's
it's,
completed all the
yeah.
trials, then only will accept. No, that's what my point is. Like as Karthik said, like the mRNA vaccines. Yes, mRNA vaccines are good. Okay, Moderna is working on the mRNA vaccine. So regarding that, I have a few points to say. Firstly, the mRNA vaccines do target all the mutations. But there is another thing. When the mRNA vaccines are inside your body, they actually can have some adverse impacts on your immune cells. So that was one reason why the mRNA vaccine was shut down. Okay, and another reason for that was that the mRNA vaccines, when in your bloodstream now, they actually dissolve a lot faster than compared to the DNA of the viruses. So that's why that was another reason why it was shelved. But other than that, the mRNA vaccine, as you talked, Moderna is working with USA. Like Moderna has already supplied some vaccines to USA, and it is already ending the phase 2. Okay, so another thing I want to add here is we're talking about the companies which are rushing. Moderna is not rushing, to be honest, because Moderna is completing all the 3 phases. And as a fact, I would just like to inform that Moderna has also not given any interviews because they have already told USA directly that we are going to finish all the phases. Without that, we're not going to give you a single vaccine. So only after finishing the phase 2, they have like the phase 2 is almost finished. So Moderna has given US some vaccines for human trials. So I'm not talking about Moderna at all, but I'm talking about the other companies. For example, Russia has completed their entire vaccine without even trying it out on or without even going for phase 3. Even phase 2 wasn't completed properly, so I cannot say that Russia has done the right thing. Similarly, even for India, for example, Covaxin by Bharat is almost a good vaccine, but it has not still completed all the phases. It needs to complete, and the people are already urging, like a lot of people are already urging the government to make the license the vaccines without finishing all the phases. So from that point of view, I'm saying that it is not important because see, at least for me, if somebody gives me a vaccine and tells me that yes, this vaccine is a Covaxin which has been produced in just 3 months, and we are the first to produce the vaccines without giving me any results, that okay, this vaccine is a 100% clinically proven vaccine that has no side effects, I'm not going to take the vaccine because I know that coronavirus may not kill me, but an unknown vaccine may. So that's my point.
If I'm allowed to ask questions on the points made by Somrik and Abhishek. Abhishek supported the point that vaccine should be given for free, but I would like to ask him. See, if someone has a viable product, would they be giving out for free? And would you take it because as it said that basically there is one thing like no country would be that altruistic because this might be a good as I mean the I can't remember the name of the person who they left. They pointed out the economical advantage of producing the virus at the first hand. So I don't think so anybody would be distributing viruses freely, where vaccines freely. Whereas to uh, Somrik's point, I would like to add that yes, countries have been kind of rushing it. Like in India, also they are trying to push on nurses on the field, and they are basically people who are in the final year. They are in the nursing schools are pushing to be graduated so that they can go out and work on field. So this might actually like half measures like this can actually impact the whole situation rather than actually producing something viable. So we need to take due diligence because situations are bad, but if we are like only going for half measures, they can become worse. That's my point on it.
First of all, to Somrik, Somrik earlier said that the vaccine is not required at the earliest. Just pointing out the mortality rate. I just added to that. It's not just the mortality rate. There are other aspects as well. But I agree to all those things. Other things Somrik has said. I also would never accept a
Yes, but
vaccine
Abhishek,
without.
I never said the vaccine is not required.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I said
Somrik,
that
I
it is
think he's
important.
saying that vaccine is not required right now. It is required eventually, but not as
I'm
much rush is
saying,
needed.
yes, I'm saying it is required right now. I'm saying it
Yeah.
is required right now, but not at the cost of quality, not at the cost of health factors. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say na, that yes, the situation is going out of hand. We need it right now as fast as possible. But we also know that we do not need to rush just because we need it and just look ahead of the side effects and all. because we need to take that into consideration, right? That is important. I mentioned the mortality rate just because of one reason, right? That we do not need to rush. See, there's a difference between doing fast and rushing. Rushing, the word itself is negative, right? The word rushing itself is negative, because when you rush, that only means two things: that either you are not giving it enough thought, or that you are just trying to complete it without looking at any other things. So rush, the word itself is not a good thing. Okay, race is good, hurrying is not good, but when you're doing something fast, trying to come up with something fast is definitely good, but rushing, that means compromising. And that's where I'm stuck, because I do not want to compromise when it comes to health.
Yeah, I agree to all of that, what Somrik has said. What I just did was to add some points that apart from mortality rate, there are also maybe you might not have meant it that way. I just added some other possible way it affects the people as well. That's it. I also agree
Sure,
to the
Abhishek, I
point that
understand that.
rushing or rushing or compromising anyway in this is going to be a very big disaster that I have pointed out the first time I talked itself. And what we need is, a proper way after completing all the phase to ensure that it is safe for it does not have even long-term effects. We have to complete all those things. And to what Pratik has said, he has posed a question like, would any government or anyone give this for free? Uh, I I also agree that this pandemic has caused a lot of trouble in terms of economy to all the countries in the world, irrespective of which type of country it was, big economy or small economy. It has affected all the country. But there are certain things like if I point out two hands, in one I'm having a progress of humanity, and the other thing I'm having a profit. Which one do you choose? Because this rare occasion here, this rare situation is one such situation like which the first importance, that without looking at any other thing, the first primary importance should be given to the progress of the humanity. And this vaccine needs to be need to reach all corners of the world, so that everyone even in the third world country need to get vaccinated, and we need to completely kick out this disease from the face of the earth. There are many other ways we can make profit, we can recover the economy or anything, but aiming in this aspect to get profit from this, so that it won't reach the poor countries, is not a good thing. That's what I pointed out. So maybe no other government would do that. I think the Chinese government has said that they will coordinate with WHO and give it for free. I hope all the other government also do well. I don't know what they are going to do, but I wanted it to be given to free, so that no one, including the poorest of the poor, don't get the opportunity to, don't miss this vaccine.
Abhishek, I agree with you,
Sure,
but
Abhishek, that was really well put.
At this point of juncture, I'm just saying it's just naive to believe that countries will give it for free, because as Karthik also pointed out, there are political motives involved. That country might leverage
Yes,
it to get trading
that's
options
true.
from other countries and other things. So I don't think so. Whoever gets the vaccine first will surely try to monetize
But okay,
it.
Karthik,
Yeah.
Yes, Samrak, did you have something
Karthik,
to
that was right. That was right. What you said is right. But okay, I do not trust the companies who are giving the vaccine for free, as you said. But I definitely would like it if the government gives it to us for free. And our government has already said initially, I'm not saying they have confirmed it, but they have said that they will try to provide 50% of the vaccines for free. So that means the government is buying from the companies and they're giving it to us for free.
Somrik, to your
And
point, right now I don't think that right now, because our government has been known to laying out plans, but to following it up, it's kind of a murky situation there. So we, as I said, as a as an individual, we have to be prepared that the vaccine, the cheaper
We
version
definitely
of
have to.
vaccine
Yeah.
will take time, and because and for if the first train comes, it will be costly, and it might not be that much effective
Yes.
as an
Yes.
individual, we have to be
Definitely. No,
clear with
I'm just saying that if the government pays, yes, exactly. I understand. But no, I'm just saying that if the government pays, then it's a different issue. But otherwise, we definitely have to be prepared. You're right. But if the government pays, then
Uh,
it's all good. So why should
Yeah,
it?
and obviously, some government or the governing body is necessary for the sufficient distribution of the vaccine. Because if we talk about
Exactly.
China and countries like Russia, even they complete the all the trials, we can't trust that countries because what they say
Yes.
and what they do is entirely different. So there is a need to interference of some government and the bodies like WHO in distribution of vaccine and proper testing before the mass distribution of vaccine,
it. So
because
am I allowed to add to that
Yes.
what Sham said? And to the earlier point that China would give it for free. Right now, China is trying to clear up its image that they had because the European countries are not ready to deal with China because they are like the at the source of this problem. So that's why it is trying to present itself as altruistic and trying to portray itself like, okay, we will give it for free. Come on, trade with us. But I don't think so. They will be following it up. Yeah.
You know
So
what, to end the discussion here, what I gathered from all of you is all of you believe countries are rushing to the vaccine and they shouldn't. Like, do we need a vaccine or do we don't need? Do we need to rush or not rush is a separate story. But we, at the end of the day, all people are. Like, that's just a fact. So anybody disagrees with the fact that people are the governments are rushing, or does everyone agree?
agree.
Agree.
Agreed, right?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think all points are done. We can end it here if somebody doesn't have anything to say.
Yes, you can.
You know,
No, no, you
all
can.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining.
After you ended, I just want to say something.
All right. So keep in the
Yes,
call. We
Karthik.
always keep in
It
the
was a very, it
call
was
for
a
two
very good.
minutes or so. So let me thank you all for joining first of
Yeah.
all, and then stay back for 2 minutes again.